I'm going to show you how to make the best lamb mandi, a dish with roots in Yemen, renowned for its tender, flavorful lamb. The lamb practically melts in your mouth and pairs perfectly with our smoky aromatic rice, served with a delicious Yemeni green sauce and crispy fried onions. This is the only lamb mandi recipe you will ever need. Without further ado, let's get started. Chef presents. First, let's start with the spice mix for our lamb mandi. I've got coriander seeds, cumin seeds, black peppercorns, cloves, fennel seeds, cinnamon stick, dried black lime, and here I've got the cardamom seeds. The outer shell has been removed. First, we're gonna toast these spices to release all the beautiful aroma, and they will be easier to blend this way. Toast for a couple of minutes on medium heat. Now cover and blend this until nice and smooth. This is the only spice mix that you will need for lamb mandi, and instead of using turmeric, we're gonna use saffron. It has a really nice smoky, earthy flavor, it's so good. Alright, so once that's ready, I'm just gonna mix in some of this ground ginger. I'm using lamb shanks here, make sure they are nice and dry. Using a kitchen paper, I'm just going to remove any excess moisture, so we get a nice sear on them. Light touch of foil, some of our mandi spice mix. Using your hand, just make sure to massage it all over the lamb. Exactly what we're looking for. First, we're gonna sear the lamb from both sides. Set up the heater on medium high when the pan is nice and hot, and with your lamb. I'm gonna do one at a time because I don't have much space in there. Get a very nice sear on that, alright? Just for more flavor and color. Traditionally, mandi is cooked underground where the lamb hangs above the rice and cooked slowly with the smoke, giving that amazing authentic flavor. But since we are in a kitchen setting, I have adapted the recipe for you. We are cooking the lamb in a pressure cooker. It makes the meat really tender in a fraction of the time, and you still get all that flavor. Now, some people finish the lamb and the rice in the oven, and that works too. Rice cooks so much better on the stove top, where you can control the texture and fluffiness. It's easier, it's practical, and it works beautifully in a home kitchen while still giving it the authentic Yemeni flavor. Now just turn it around. Be careful. So that's exactly what we're looking for. I'm just gonna remove this part and carry on with the next one. It's also going to add a really nice smoky flavor, I'm just trying to press it down, so we get an even color from all sides. There we go. Very nice char on this one. I think I can squeeze in this one as well. And with the water, enough water to cover the lamb. Now in that, we're going to throw in some of this garlic that has been sliced in half. Some of these whole spices, I've got here cinnamon, bay leaves, cardamom, black pepper, and some of this star anise, and one of this black lime. All go straight in. A light pinch of salt in that, and some of our mandi spice mix. Really good mix of that. So that looks absolutely beautiful. Now we're gonna cover this and bring it to a high pressure. I'm just gonna close this valve here. The heat is on high. With this pressure cooker, this lid will lift up when there is enough pressure inside. Now we also want to see the steam coming up from this part. So this has started to whistle now. Can you hear it? At this point of time, we're gonna set the timer. Okay, Google, set the timer for 30 minutes.
I've set a timer for 30 minutes.
Now we need to brush the lamb with some of the saffron oil mixture. First, I'm just gonna soak this saffron in water to release all the beautiful aroma and color. Give it around 15 to 20 minutes. Now remove all the saffron water with a good touch of oil, some salt, some of our mandi spice mix, and I like to use some more black pepper. Now really good mixture this. Exactly what we're looking for, just set aside for now. Alright, it's time to check this. I'm just gonna turn off the heat and release all the pressure. There we go. I'm just gonna wait for this red nozzle to go down. Just carefully open this, always away from you. Lamb is nice and tender, I can feel it. We've got a nice and rich stock, that's what we're gonna use for our rice. Remove the lamb pieces onto your oven tray. And now it's time to add our saffron mixture on the top. We're gonna finish in the oven, to get a really nice color. Make sure you do this process. One of the best lamb mandi that you guys gonna try. Trust me on that. Now this goes in a preheated oven at around 220 Celsius for around 30 minutes. Let's remove the stock as well. Now for around 5 cups of rice, this is the cup that I'm using, we need around 6.5 cups of water, including the stock. So first you want to know how many cups are these. I did a quick measurement, so it's around 3 cups of these. So I need to add another 3.5 cups into this. So you just need to make sure it's around 6.5 cups. So these are the ingredients that we're going to use for our rice now. I've got here some of the leftover spice mix. Our lamb stock, of course. Here we've got some of the green chilies, onions. Our rice that have been washed and soaked in water for at least 30 minutes. And you just want to remove the excess water after. I'm using extra large basmati rice. We're also going to use some of the saffron water. And here I've got some of the lamb stock cubes. Grab yourself a pan, turn up the heat to a medium-high. With a good touch of oil. You could also use ghee instead. Or first I'm going with the onions. I'm looking for a nice golden color on them. Turn up the temperature if needed. Onions have started to get a nice golden color. Now I'm going to throw in our green chilies. I'll let them fry off as well for a few minutes. Now let's go in with some of our Mandi spice mix. Just fry off everything now. Smells so good, you know. One of the best lamb mandi that you guys gonna try, trust me. If you want, you can remove some of these onions, you know, for garnishing later. Totally up to you. I'm gonna do that. We're going with our stock. And like I said before, for more flavor, we're gonna throw in some of this lamb cubes. You wanna bring the mixture to a simmer now. Now in with our rice, make sure to remove the excess water before adding. Now really good mix to that, and you want to let this cook until there is some water left. Make sure to move it around so the flavor goes all over the rice. Now at this point of time you can also have a little taste of the salt and adjust if needed. I'm just going to leave it covered. You can see the rice has started to absorb most of the water. So when there's some water left, I'm just going to throw in our saffron water on the top. And now you want to turn down the heat to low. Place a clean kitchen cloth on the top. Place your lid. And you want to let this steam up for around 25 to 30 minutes on a low heat. And if you notice, the heat is almost touching the pan. You want to see these droplets forming on the top. The pan needs to get nice and hot. And we need to see the steam forming on the top. It's a good indication your rice is ready. We're going to serve the lamb mandi with this Yemeni green sauce. Here with the green chilies, garlic cloves, some fresh coriander, lemon juice. You could also use a bit of vinegar, a good pinch of salt, a little pinch of cumin and coriander. Now cover and blend this until nice and smooth. Exactly what we're looking for, nice and green. It's gonna go perfect with our lamb mandi. If you don't like it too spicy, you could use less green chilies and throw in some tomatoes. I'm just gonna have a little taste. You have to be brave, eh? Bismillah. Has a really nice kick to it, but beautiful. Just need a pinch of salt. Oh, so the rice are beautifully smoking now. It's time to check this. Bismillah. Look at those. Let all the steam escape. Alright, I'm just gonna fluff up the rice before we smoke our rice. So, be careful. Just look at that. Amazing. Try not to break your rice, alright? So, carefully fluff them up. I've noticed if you fluff these up and then smoke it, you know, it works better. So, gonna place this foil just here in the middle, a light touch of foil onto that. And now our charcoal goes onto there. Here we go. And just cover it up. Leave it covered for around 7 to 8 minutes. And now we're gonna do the same with the lamb. I don't have enough space in the pot, so I'm doing it separately. Alright guys, we're ready to plate up our lamb mandi now. First we're going over our beautiful rice. They have an amazing aroma, you know, so good. And now carefully add your lamb pieces. You know, lamb is perfectly cooked. Just to show you, look at that. I'm gonna garnish it with some of the fried onions. Some of the fresh coriander. Has a really nice freshness to it. Some of these lemon slices. And finally we're gonna serve it with some of our sauce. That looks so mouth-watering. One of the best lamb mandi that you guys gonna try. Our mouth-watering lamb mandi with Yemeni green sauce. Done. Alright guys, let's try our lamb mandi. Looks so delicious. Let's add some of the sauce first. I'm gonna try the rice. Bismillah. Wow, so delicious. Wow, so mouth-watering, trust me. Let's try some of the lamb now. Bismillah. Wow, so juicy and tender, so good, you know. Like to squeeze some of the lemon. Lamb is just cooked to perfection. Like I said before, one of the best lamb mandi that you guys gonna try. This is 10 out of 10. Trust me. The smoky flavor from the charcoals really take this to the next level. With some of the sauce, it really uplifts the flavor, you know. Now let's try our lamb with some of the rice now and a bit of the sauce. Lamb is perfectly spiced, you know, it has so much tenderness to it. Really nice earthy flavor from those spices. Wow. You guys definitely need to try this lamb mandi. Even the toppings of chilies, onions, a bit of the coriander, so good. This is the only lamb mandi recipe that you will ever need. Honestly, I'm lost for words. It is so good. If I had to choose between biryani or lamb mandi will be on the second spot. I really hope you guys will enjoy this mandi with your family and friends. Please do me a favor and get this video to 5,000 likes. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make subscribe, make sure you like. Inshallah, see you next time. Until then, salam. Make for your mom. Make for your dad. Make for your family. Enjoy.